Wagonodao nawakaribisha tena sana hapa ndani ya Celeb Kona KE. According to you, which do you think is the richest family in the 254? Na je, kati ya familia hizi mbili, the Kenyatta family versus the Moi family, who do you think is the richest family amongst the two? Now today I'm bringing you the tale of the richest family between the Kenyatta family and the Moi family. We are here to answer the question on who is the richest between the two. Now this is an insider into the Moi's family wealth. And we are beginning with the Moi family so that you will get to understand the wealth of the Moi family in comparison to that of the Kenyatta family. Now I shall begin into the Moi's family wealth. Yani kwa sasa wacha tuzamie kwa utajiri wa familia ya Moi tukiweza kulinganisha na ule wa familia ya Kenyatta. Tujue soa ni familia gani tajiri baina ya hizi zote mbili. Ikumbukwe, these are the first families in the Republic of Kenya to ever take up the mantle as leaders. Now, late President Daniel Toroitich Arap Moi's family is arguably one of the richest in Kenya. Based on the business empire it has built over years, with a net worth estimated about $3 billion. This wealth accumulated before, during, and after the former President Moi 24-year rule from 1978 to 2002. With his children, among them Baringo Senator Gideon Moi, expanding the family dynasty further. The no-nonsense Kenyan second president who ruled the country with an iron fist has remained powerful, with his business playing a major role in the economy years after he left State House and even after he passed. According to official and non-official records, the family business empire spans real estate, transport, education, hotel industry, banking, aviation, manufacturing, media, agribusiness, security, and construction, among others. According to Africa Confidential, a fortnightly newsletter covering politics and economics in Africa, Moi's capital is held in trust by relatives and friends and in-front companies in Kenya, offshore tax havens, and several major international banks. This includes Union Bank of Switzerland, where the Moi dossier is treated as a matter of tantamount to national security. The list of property and investment owned or co-owned by the family and its partners is endless, with former Moi's right-hand man, late Nicholas B. Watt's family, being a major investment partner. His former private secretary, Joshua Kulei, is another man who has held and ran Moi's multi-billion shilling business empire for decades. Now, the family has over 100 companies across different sectors, with interest in many other public and privately owned business locally, in Africa, and overseas. In the financial sector, what does the Moi family own in the financial sector? The Mois either fully own or have shares in a number of banks and financial entities. Among them is Transnational Bank, Equatorial Bank, First American Bank, Giro Bank, Giant Forex Bureau, and Equity Stock Brokers, and Sovereign Group. Those are the banks that are owned by the Moi family. On number 2, we look at the media. The family owns Standard Group Media, the parent company to Kenya Television Network, the KTN, Standard Newspaper, and a number of radio stations including Radio Maisha. Other subsidiaries include Rollard Printing and Baraza Limited. On transport and logistics, what does the Moi family own? In the transport sector, the family owns Signon Group, each Africa's largest integrated logistics services provider, which incorporates Signon Global Logistics, Signon Aviation, and Signon Freight Holdings. The over 30-year-old head-to-hand logistics and air cargo solutions provider is based in Kenya with operations in Tanzania and Uganda. The family also owns Kent Ship, Maritime, Eagle Airlines, Kenya Herotech Limited, and Cartrack Kenya Limited, and interest in CNC Holdings. It is also said to own part of the Kenya Airways fleet. Have you heard that? The Moi family owns some of the Kenya Airways fleet, which means they own some of the airplanes that are used by the Kenya Airways. On real estate. In real estate, the Mois are associated with Silei Properties Limited, Chester House, Mugoya Construction, Regent Management believed to be about 200 houses, Paradise Holdings, Homestead Enterprises, Gateway Properties, and Courtyard Property Investment. The family also owns homes in Lavington House, Karen Residence, Nakuru Residence. It owns several unidentified properties in the United States of America and has property interest in South Africa. Let's dive into another sector, which is the agribusiness. Now we are done with the real estate. In the agribusiness, the family has huge investment with entities such as the Sassin Group of Farms, Fresh Produce Limited, Chemusiani Company, Siani Roses, one of the leading fresh roses exporter, and Kiptagij Tea Estate. The family also owns a tobacco farm in Malawi, which is 100% a distributor of tobacco in Malawi. We are done with agribusiness. On the telecommunication sector. The family has invested in the telecommunication sector with interest in Chesco Limited, Cable Wireless, and sizable shares in Safaricom. The family has a very huge amount of shares in Safaricom. On the education sector, some of the common institutions held by the Moi family include Nairobi-based Sunshine National School, Kabarak University and Kabarak High School, Sacho High School, Moi Educational Center, and the Moi Africa Institute, Cabernet Gardens, with interest in many other international schools and local institutions. In hotel and tourism. In the hospitality industry, huge investment lie in hotels, among them Sheraton Group, Sheraton Holding, Intercontinental Hotels, and Safari Land Club, with other investments spreading across the industry. In general business and others, other entities owned or with shareholding of the Mois are Taurino Enterprises, Giant Holdings Limited, Revac Limited, Sudbury Limited, Sudbury Investment, Westfield International Limited, Hampstead Enterprises, Metso Services Limited, Maternity Shop, the Duty Free Company, and the Eveready Company. The Eveready Company, as you know it, is one of the companies that produce batteries in the country. The family also owns Tiger Farm Limited, Fast Force Security Company, Ahuru Investors, Concord Holdings, National Mining Company, and Hector Kenya Limited, among others. On land, the Mois owns hundreds of acres of parcels in different parts of the country, with a value running into billions of shillings. A revelation by WikiLeaks in the early 2000s linked the Moi to shell companies, secret trusts, and front men used to steal over $2 billion worthy of state money, with finances loaded across the world to buy properties and companies in London, New York, and South Africa, and even a 10,000-acre ranch in Australia. Countries involved in the corrupt dealings with Kenya during Moi's regime, according to the report, include Australia, Belgium, Brunei, Canada, Finland, Germany, Grand Cayman, Israel, Italy, Japan, Jersey, Liberia, Luxembourg, Malawi, Namibia, and the Netherlands. Others are the Puerto Rico, Russia, Somalia, South Africa, Sudan, Switzerland, the United Arab Emirates, Uganda, the United Kingdom, and the United States of America, anxiety. The intricately detailed report commissioned by President Mwai Kibaki after his 2002 election victory, but later suppressed, forensically investigated corrupt transactions and holdings by several powerful members of the Kenya elite. That is the wealthy believed to be owned by the Moi family. Now, when we estimate the Moi's family in the Kenyan shillings, that can be estimated because once we go into details, the Moi's family runs into trillions. Are you getting me? When we come to count it in Kenyan shillings. But according to the estimated 3 billion and the 2 billion that were leaked in the year 2002, then the Moi family is worthy about 5 billion US dollars, which is equal to 600 billion Kenyan shillings. That is the wealthy of the Moi family. Now we are done with the Moi family. Let's get down to the Kenyatta family. Now let's look at the vast empire built by the Kenyatta family when it comes to business. The Kenyatta family controls a significant portion of the national economy through diverse investment. But unlike many other prominent wealthy families, the Kenyattas are fairly open about their business interests. Uhuru is on record saying he did not have anything to hide about his family business interest because, as he put it, our business has been above board and we have absolutely nothing to hide because we are completely legitimate. We pay our taxes and provide employment to thousands of Kenyans, besides providing essential services to Kenyans. When the young Uhuru returned to the country in 1985 from the United States of America, after studying economics and politics at Amherst College, US, he got first immersed in the family business, which at the time was essentially concentrated at farm level. Now, a little known fact of the Kenyatta family is that by the time the patriarch Mzee Jomo Kenyatta died in 1978, this first family was far from being a major player in business in the country. Indeed, Mama Ngina Kenyatta is on record in one of those very rare media interviews saying that when her husband died, she found herself having to sell some of the family land to raise funds to educate her children, who were in expensive private schools. But that as it may, Uhuru Kenyatta started with two great advantages that few ever have: a famous last name and a solid base. Land, which is a classical economics of Adam Smith, is the primary natural resource of production from which everything else stems. But Uhuru did not have as much minded interest in business as his younger brother Muhoho Kenyatta and sister Christina Pratt. So after a few years in the family business, Uhuru was lured into the world of politics, leaving the publicity shy and resented Muhoho Kenyatta to run the business side of things. The more outgoing Uhuru Kenyatta fitted the bill of a politician constantly in public life. The taciturn and reserved Muhoho was most suited for the life of a corporate power baron who controls the purse strings from behind the scenes. But unlike his late father, whose kitchen cabinet almost exclusively comprised of family members and their friends from Kiambu, leading to the infamous Thug Kiambu Mafia, Uhuru has a much wider kitchen cabinet, which he did. Now, the cabal of key political players around Uhuru included his running mate and fellow ICC suspect William Ruto, former Member of Parliament David Murathe, politician Cecil Barire, Rachel Shebesh, brother Muhoho, and nephew Jomo Geshaga, who served as his personal assistant. And the one dominant factor in this growth is the hidden hand and controlling influence of the matriarch Mama Ngina Kenyatta, who, although predominantly avoids publicity at all costs, has larger-than-life influence on most critical affairs of the Kenyattas, and business is considered extremely important among the Kenyattas. Now, to ensure professionalism and continuity, the Kenyattas resisted the temptation that bed Evo's most family business to pack their businesses with family, friends, and relatives. Instead, the key players in the Kenyatta family business empire included professionals from within and outside the country, with only Mohoho and Christina Kenyatta as the two family members at the heart of the Kenyatta business. And that is how they accumulated the whole wealth that the Kenyatta family has until today. But what is the wealth and the properties held by this family? Now, the family processes expansion drive started just after the 2013 elections with the acquisition of 1.1 billion Kenyan shillings rival Buzeki Dairy, now the maker of the popular Molo milk brand, and topped it up with the establishment of the 15,000-liter capacity milk cooling plant in Narok. Ilara, Delamere, and Spinit, the makers of Tuzo milk brand, had been similarly swallowed months before. The price of milk had also been on the rise with the latest packaging done with about 500 milliliters across the industry. Now, when we speak about the dairy farming and all that, the Kenyatta family owns the Brookside Dairy, which is the biggest milk producer in this country. Now, that company only is worthy billions of money when you look at it closely. Are you getting the point? Now, let's look at other areas that the Kenyatta family invested in. The Kenyatta family holds a 13.2% stake in NCBA Group, Kenya's third largest bank by asset value. For the year ended December 2021, the family received a divided pay out of 625.5 million, the highest divided payout among the bank's shareholders. The NCBA was established in 2018 following the merger of NIC Bank and Commercial Bank of Africa. With the Kenyatta family having held stakes in the latter, the merger was completed through a share swap, with NIC Group shareholders owning 47% of the merged entity and CBA shareholders, including the Kenyatta family, owning 53% of the merged entity. Number 2 is the Brookside Dairy Limited. Brookside Dairy Limited is the largest processor of dairy products in Kenya, with revenues in the billions of shillings. As of 2019, it had a 45% market share, according to the Kenya Dairy Board, KDB. Its closest competitor was government-owned KCC, and was a distant second with 25%. Now, French food processor Danone in 2014 bought a 40% stake in Brookside, with the Kenyatta family retaining a controlling stake. The transaction offered a glimpse into Brookside books, as it disclosed the company generated 15.4 billion in sales in a year then. Now look at it at this time. The company is believed to be generating about 100 billion Kenyan shillings a year. Are you getting the point? On number 3 is the MediaMax, and is one of Kenya's largest media companies. Its assets include the K24, the People's Daily, and Kameme FM. The Kenyatta family acquired the company from K24 founder Rose Kemodo, whose company defaulted on a bank loan. The Heritage Group. The Kenyatta family has also invested heavily in hospitality through the Heritage Group of Hotels, a chain of high-end hotels in Kenya. Their properties include Voya Camp and Beach Resort in Savon, Mombasa, Kipingoni Explorer Olam Highland, Intrepid Camps in Samburu and the Masai Mara Golf Hotel in Naivasha, the Rift Valley Lodge and Mara Explorer Camp. Number 5 is about the offshore accounts. The leak of the Pandora Papers in 2021 as part of a global investigation offered a glimpse into the Kenyatta's offshore investment. Among them was a company with stocks and bonds worthy 300 million. Now, the family had registered foundations and companies in Panama, which is known for the ability it offers individuals to conceal their ownership of funds and assets. The Kenyatta companies bought an apartment in central London valued at 1.3 million US dollars. According to filings at the UK Land Registrar, the prime property was until recently rented to British Member of Parliament Emma Ann Hardy. Hardy's spokesperson stated at the time that she had absolutely no knowledge of who owned the property. But the property was owned by the Kenyatta family. Land and holdings. The exact size of the Kenyatta's land holdings is unknown, but the family has vast tracts in several different parts of the country. Before leaving office, former President Uhuru Kenyatta acquired a 1,000-acre ranch in Ololmongi, Lolgorian district in Transmara, Narok. He has been spotted in Narok numerous times since leaving State House. Now, the ranch overlooks the Mara Triangle, a wildlife-rich area managed by the non-profit organization the Mara Conservancy. It is typically less visited and crowded compared to the Masai Mara National Reserve and is one of the prime viewing locations for the great wildebeest migration. A declassified CIA report made public 6 or 7 years ago also revealed some of the family's land holdings at the time of Jomo Kenyatta's passing in 1978. Jomo Kenyatta himself owned only about a half-dozen properties covering roughly 4,000 acres, mainly farms in the Rift Valley and in the district of Kiambu where he was born. His wife Mama Ngina Kenyatta, however, owns at least 120,000 hectares, including a 13,000-hectare ranch in the Kiambu district, 2 tea plantations at Matu and Mangu, and 3 sisal farms near the Tanzanian border. She also has considerable holdings in the resort areas around Mombasa and is involved in coffee plantations and in the Kenyan ruby mines. Yeah, did you know that also the Kenyatta family took hold of the oil or the petroleum that was discovered in Turkana County, the Gamia 1 and Gamia 2. Right now, it is said that the Gamia 1 and the Gamia 2 oil mines that were found in Turkana, they were in the land of the Kenyatta family. So there is no way that that oil was meant to be the property of the state. It is the property of the Kenyatta family. According to what we have right now, the Kenyatta family's wealth, the whole estimation is estimated to be around 3 billion US dollars. 3 billion US dollars, convert the money into Kenyan shillings, it's about 300 million. Now, this tells you that the Moi family, though they play a very, very far distant role in the politics of the republic right now, compared to the Kenyatta family and other families in the current regime, they are the richest family compared to the Kenyatta family. You know, Uhuru Kenyatta only served as a president of the Republic of Kenya for 10 years. Moi served for 24 years. The Goldenberg scandal made him richer than anybody else. For now, that's what's up. I remind you that this is Celeb Corner KE. Make sure you subscribe. See you in our next video.